Scrophuleria. This one is not a primary species used for this remedy, but it's still considered to be beneficial in the way that xuan shen is beneficial. It's Scrophuleria kakudensis, and it comes from the eastern part of China, Ningpo, they're not too far from Shanghai, basically. There's islands there, and then that eastern coast of China around the middle of the country. And this is a perennial in some gardens. It's a perennial in my garden. But here it tends to act like an annual, interestingly. The root seems to rot during the winter, but it reseeds rather well. And it does reseed even as a perennial rather well in my garden, so you have to be careful with it being sometimes a little bit invasive. It's not terrible, but it does have a little bit of that in the that nature with its reseeding. You can grow it in full sun, or you can grow it in shade or partial shade. I would probably put it more in partial shade or full sun. It might reduce the chances of it rotting if it has more sun. But then again, the stuff we had out there was in that bed that was wide open to the sun, and it still did that. So.
The stuff I have at home has been in full shade, and it's done extremely well too.
Right. So yeah. So you can grow it from seed really easily. And the herb. So xuan shen is one of these clear heat, cool blood herbs also. And it is used for, again, heat in the blood. And it's also, like I was talking about with the zicao, it's also used for a deficient type of heat. And it can be good for thirst and constipation and dryness that occurs from damage from fevers and illnesses where the fluids are being lost like that. And it's good for swellings. It's got a salty nature to it, which is unusual for plants. And it is useful, therefore, for hard nodules and swellings. Since it softens hardness, it can be used for like throat swellings, what was known as scrofula, kind of like these nodules from tuberculosis in the neck. So you can use it for, you use it even for like the lymph glands too when they get swollen in the neck or even under the arms. You can use it for helping soften that. It is kind of moistening to the stools. It's used for constipation after the yin deficiency develops, after somebody develops dryness from, like I said, damage from fever and so on. But you have to be careful if somebody's got loose stools or a tendency for digestive system dampness, then you want to end up being cautious about using this herb or combining it with some things that will help protect the digestion and the spleen. So using it with something like chen pea, citrus peel, or shēn, the cardamom seed, something like that would be useful. So that's it for these 5.